You in this battle, man, I'll soon be dead. I'll glue your face to my dick so I can fuck with your head. I got metaphors coming through my pores. You probably never been in a battle before, so I hope you realize your mistake. There ain't no party, got some candles, this won't be a piece of cake. Put your fake.
What's up, Jews? Welcome to the show. And I've started. That's the start. I started it.
So
now,
can only Jews listen?
I think if we talk at a certain frequency, they're the only ones who can hear it.
Okay.
But
Nice.
yeah,
And guys, Elia can make that joke because he wants to.
yeah, well, just because I really feel, if you say it with conviction, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say the N-word,
Yeah.
because I mean it.
I do think if you are, I
wish I wasn't the only person who just laughed at me saying that.
Yeah.
I wish you'd also laughed, so it would seem like
No,
this
I
thing.
was really contemplating. No, because I remember one time I was on a bus and a guy who was not as pale as you or I,
Yeah.
but decidedly Caucasian,
Yeah.
but like kind of, I don't know. I'm like, I guess he could be Latino, but he's on the bus and he's saying the N-word like black people say the N-word.
Yeah.
He's telling a story in which he's on the phone,
Yeah.
right?
Was he doing the hand signal, or are you just doing that
He
for me?
was he was on the phone holding the phone in one hand, but he was actually doing this
with the other hand?
motion with the other hand. It was weird. But
That's how he thinks a conference call
Yeah.
is.
So he is loudly having a conversation on the phone on the bus in which he's describing a contentious conversation that he just had.
Oh.
And he's saying, I told this colleague, but he's not saying colleague. Right.
Okay, yeah.
So he's like, man, and this is how I'm not exaggerating. He's like, man, I tell the colleague here, the colleague going crazy, right? I'm like, listen here, colleague, this is what I be saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fuck around with that, man. I don't fuck around with colleagues like that. Colleagues be playing. And the whole time I'm like, this is a Caucasian man.
What if they just work at a place called Colleague? Like Colleague Incorporated. It's like, we're all colleagues here, right?
But I was on the bus with like, it was a diverse New York City
It was
bus.
one of those diverse New York City.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those all white buses.
It wasn't an all white New York City bus.
that takes people to like upstate for a casino or something.
So I was like, okay, no one has a problem with this guy. And he like, so he's not using it in a hateful, he's not like Mississippi Burning using it. And he is doing the black scent. And
Yeah.
listen, I'm pretty used to white people doing the black scent. That's the Malibu's Most Wanted is an entire movie about this phenomenon, right? But he's using the N-word.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, yeah, this is fine.
Do you ever wish you could use it?
No,
You don't feel like you're missing out?
Eminem is like a cool guy accepted by black people and he doesn't have to use it.
Okay.
You know?
So, but do you feel accepted by black people?
No.
But you want it probably, right?
No, not really.
You don't crave black people's approval?
I don't really
For such a wigger, I really am surprised.
No. I mean, I'm on record as saying I'm pro-police. Is that something someone that wants to be accepted by black people would say?
If you want to be one of those token black conservatives, maybe.
Well, that's...
If I could come back, if I could be reincarnated, I'd want to come back as a black conservative.
You could
I think
automatically...
that's a fun grab.
This podcast would do way more numbers.
If I was a black conservative,
Mhm.
should we just try to get a flag? Do we know any in New York? Can we just get like a 20-year-old black guy who wears a bow tie for everything?
I do know... Actually, and this is going to sound made up, but it's true. Our friend Mark Henley, may he live forever, has been on the podcast before, friend of the podcast. He is a white comedian. He has a counterpart, and this sounds like a joke. It's not one of my little bits. There's another comedian named Mark Henley who is a black conservative, and his profile picture is him with a Dukes of Hazzard car. And what I mean by that is Confederate
By the
flag
way,
on the...
That was a question on the bar trivia last night. Is what's the name of the car from the Dukes of Hazzard?
What is it?
The General Lee.
Oh,
It's called the General Lee on top of
yeah.
being a Confederate flag design.
But even back then, it was like, yeah, they're white guys from the South. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But isn't that weird? Doesn't
Yeah.
that sound like something ChatGPT would make up?
So this is he's a comedian, this black conservative comedian, or just a black
I
conservative?
don't know how successful he is in comedy.
But I'm saying that's ostensibly what he's trying to.
He's like, I'm a
Yeah.
black comedian that likes the Confederate flag.
Where's he based out of?
Not New York City. I don't know where.
Let's get him on the show.
Okay.
I don't know. He can't be hard to get. He's seemingly not a person of
Yeah.
any. Of
You
any
want to put
note.
up numbers this way, right?
I think it'd be fun
Mhm.
if we had like a token black conservative guy.
Mhm. Yeah.
If we could have like, if he's somewhere else, we could have him do like remotes. We'll just have him appear on a screen.
You know, the funny thing too is like a lot of like non-white people socially, they tend to be conservative.
Oh, yeah.
It's economically where they go with the Democratic Party more often than not. But like, especially like,
I like to have it like the exact opposite of what like say I'm. You know, I don't like gay people, but I do like the government providing programs to help people. It's like, okay,
Right.
you should learn to reconcile those
yeah.
positions.
Yeah, well, it's part of the reason why I think like the left right, like the duality, like are you left wing or right wing? It almost like doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
That's why they have the political compass, which is
Oh,
like
yeah.
the four quadrants.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? My friends and I took that test, and we think of ourselves as being like so different,
Yeah.
and we all got like slightly left and slightly below.
Yeah.
Like in the left quadrant, we're
but
like,
also like, yeah.
yeah, left libertarian. And I'm not, I don't consider myself left libertarian. I think I'm like pretty, like in an American context, I'm like a conservative Democrat or like a centrist Democrat. You know what I mean? But they were like, oh no, in the grand scheme of things, you're a left libertarian. Oh, okay. You know,
Fun.
they said I was left of Obama. I'm like, oh, interesting.
I think it'd just be fun if we could add like, I'm just thinking in terms of the show's success. We got to do something to get
Mhm.
these numbers up.
Yeah.
And I think getting a black conservative, like a regular, I think that's one way to do it. I think.
I don't know. At a certain point, I mean, numbers are important, but we have to have some like level of integrity. We can't just do like
What?
we can't just do like little gimmicks to get people to watch
Oh,
the
that's
show
funny. You're
more.
being-
You know what I mean?
Wait. Oh, you. The foot thing is a gimmick to get people to watch the show.
No,
Is it-
not at all.
Okay.
No. I mean, the only reason I want people to watch this video is because they like you and they like me. You know what I mean?
Do they like me?
No.
I just walk, cry, storm off. No, but we gotta like, I don't know. We gotta jazz things up. We gotta.
We
come up
got to
with some-
jazz
I think we need
things up.
to add at least 2 people, a guest on a show or something, so it's enough people
Uh-huh.
that a riff will happen that's fun.
I
It can't just
see.
be us going back and forth because the dynamic
can't.
it's not unreliable.
Wow.
You see?
Wow. I thought I enjoyed our little conversations. We chat, we shoot the shit.
It can't be chatting. It's gotta
We
be.
talk about important issues.
No, we can't be doing that. We gotta be doing funny constantly. We need to like have someone tracking how funny the show is.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna be funny. Okay. You should have seen your face, bro.
Yeah. Is there anything like my face now? Which is not.
You should have seen your cunted face, dude.
That's fun. I don't mind cunted. I've never heard it as a past tense.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Oh my god, it's been cunted.
Yeah. I only know cunted because of Howard Stern.
He says cunted?
He used to. Back when he was an edgelord, he was like, I like having more freedom and being on like satellite radio or whatever, because I could say the C word. I'm very funny when I say the C word, especially when I add an ID to the end. And I was like, I didn't even know that was a word. Also,
Wait, with an I? That sounds like it's a type of spider.
yeah.
A cunted. I thought it meant cunted like a punt.
Oh, like apostrophe T.
No, I was
Or
thinking like
ED.
ED. I was thinking ED. I wasn't thinking like arachnid.
Also, I never thought he was very funny.
I never really listened to him.
I kind of everyone's like, LOL, he went woke. I don't even care about that. The fact that he's scared of COVID is just I'm like, that's not shock jock energy.
Well, he's also like a 70-year-old Jew.
Dude, I thought this, and I know you're gonna go back to your Bobby is a tough guy refrain.
Yeah.
But like
Refrain, not refrain.
was that I stand by what I said. Was there any point during COVID where you're like, oh no, what if I get it?
No.
No.
I got it.
Yeah.
The first time I got it was kind of scary because I did lose my sense of smell.
Really?
Yeah. Thankfully, it did come back.
Mm-hmm. You
Because
didn't lose your sense of taste, did you? Then you just started enjoying your own comedy, huh, folks? Just joking around. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. See, that's the kind of thing. It's like, it's like ironic, but it derails the conversation.
I'm a derailer, dude. I'm a derailer. I'm a deriver. I'm a derailer. I'm a deriver. But yeah, even if I was like old enough to die from COVID, I'd be like, well, this is how I die then. I'm not wearing a mask at all times.
Oh, you just accept your fate?
I think so.
Some people might value that. If I was had like nearly $1 billion, I'd be like, I kind of like living life right now. I would like to.
Yeah, but if you had $1 billion, you wouldn't have to go on the train, in which case you wouldn't have to wear a mask. You know what I mean?
True.
People like
don't point at me aggressively like that.
people on the train 2025 wearing a mask. I'm like, even if you told me like, hey, there's like a 1% chance, I'm like, I'll roll the dice. You know what I mean?
What if they're just being generally considerate? It's flu season.
That is true. When you wear a mask, and I don't know if everyone that wears a mask is aware of this, it doesn't really do diddly dick about protecting yourself.
Yeah.
But you're protecting everyone around.
Yeah.
But I do think most people, 2025, mask in public transportation, they're probably above average in neuroticism.
Maybe.
I think so.
You got to be neurotic in this city, right? The Big Apple.
Yeah. Yeah. I do carry pepper spray with me everywhere.
Oh, yeah. You've brought that up several times, too.
It's true. But to me, it's like, I don't know. It's not hiding my face. You know what I mean? And you don't even know I have it. It's like I wear baggier jeans, so you can't really tell. It's like if you see the bulge in my pants, you just think it's like my wallet. You know what I mean?
So you don't want people to know that you have.
I think it would lose the element of surprise, and you want the element of surprise if you're going to use it.
Don't you want? No, you want it to use as a deterrent, so you don't have to get in the situation first place.
I don't think so. So it's not a gun. It's not the same thing as having a gun, but and I'm not a gun guy. I would like one day. I have to live alone to own one because I can't get my New York City roommates to sign the affidavit that say.
Oh, is that a thing? One. You need your roommates to sign off.
It's a domestic violence thing. They basically want everyone living there to know. Yeah, which I think is fine. And honestly, they haven't said.
That's so funny to be like move in first days of room and be like, hey, can you guys sign this document?
I haven't. They actually haven't said no, but it's been a couple months. I don't know how to bring it up organically
without seeming like a crazy gun guy.
and they're both from the South, but like not like that.
Just put on like an action movie. It's like, that's good. Hey, you guys remember that thing I wanted you guys to sign? Was it crazy?
But in gun ownership, they like if you're carrying, you don't brandish it.
Yeah, of course not.
Well, and even in like if you're like, say we're on the subway, right?
Yeah.
And I got my gun and it's concealed.
Yeah.
And you start threatening me. And this isn't even legally speaking; it's practically speaking. I can't be like, "Hey, man, look at my fucking white belly."
Is that brandishing? I'm wondering
to show
if it's still holstered
then
and showing it. Is that brandishing?
If it's not, then brandishing is the wrong word to use. You shouldn't show it to the attacker, or the guy threatening you, or whatever.
Yeah,
because if you give them an opportunity to take it,
if they're right next to you,
right.
But I'm saying if there's some distance, you can use it preventatively.
Now, here's where pepper spray is different than a gun, because a gun is dangerous at distance. A pepper spray, I mean, if he knows what hand I have it in, and he's bigger, stronger, faster, younger than me, he could just grab the hand that I'm, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want it to be like, boom. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Element of surprise. So that's why I don't want. And also, I think there's a certain type of person that would get nervous seeing a like. Have you met these people? They're like, I would feel nervous if a guy was concealed carrying. Yeah. Or open carrying, I should say. My dad's one of these people, and I'm empathetic to it because he was robbed at gunpoint.
I'm sorry your dad's a pussy like that. That's sad.
What are you gonna do? But he was robbed at gunpoint, right?
Oh,
and
that really takes the wind out of my job.
You know what's funny is I actually told you this before, but
yeah, you did, didn't you?
But his reaction, which is interesting because it could go one of two ways. You could be like, I was robbed at gunpoint. I'm going to carry a gun so that never happens to me
it's
again.
like, what if he's like, or the other way is like, now I can't come unless there's a gunpoint. That's usually the other way.
Yeah, he's basically Janice Sopranos. You can't stop me making these references.
She can't come without a gun being pointed?
No, so Richie Aprile, spoiler alert, her fiance, he puts a gun to her head during sex, but it's not loaded.
Okay.
It's a fetish thing. It's fetishistic.
But that's for him or she's
it's for him.
She's not into it.
She allows it. You know?
Oh, that's very nice of her.
Yeah.
My wife would be cool with that too, probably. If I wanted that, she'd be cool. She's a very nice lady.
Well, she's the one for you.
Yeah.
Do you think your wife is the one?
You know what? I think she might be. She might be the one.
That'd be a very funny thing to do. Here's what you do, guys. Marry a woman, pull the father of the bride aside after, like, during the wedding reception, and go, Mr. So-and-so, I gotta tell you, your daughter, I think she's the one. And he's like, we signed the paperwork. I'm paying for all of this. He's like,
Wait,
I think I'm gonna stay with
do you
her.
think parents sign the paperwork for what? This is what kind of wedding is?
You gotta sign the paperwork.
We sold you to her.
Yeah,
she's fine.
We gave you the dowry and
Yeah,
everything. Now, if there was a dowry today,
Well,
it'd be
there are
different.
certain cultures.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh,
We don't,
sad.
we don't do I forgot about the rest of the world for a second.
Yeah. Well, and then I'm sure there's like some cultures where the dowry, it's almost like a symbolic dowry.
Dowry of Anne Frank.
Yeah.
Is that something?
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Yeah, the dowry
That's
of Anne
technically
Frank.
a joke. That's just a thing.
Yeah.
Dowry of Anne
I don't know how much they were doing dowries in the Jewish communities of Holland.
I think they went a little bit further than just the dowry.
I'm sure there's like ceremonial dowries. I mean, people argue that's what the father of the bride giving the bride away is. But I think in most parts of the world, if there's a dowry, it's not so fun to be a woman there.
No.
You know?
We did yeah. Well, my wife's dad was dead before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to have her mom prove to us that her pussy was unbroken. And then, so we did it. So we were still semi-traditional.
It's tragic to me that hymens can break in other ways.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why girls were like, have, and probably still are, like, killed. It's because they don't realize you could sit on a bike seat in the wrong way.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, she's not a virgin. It's like, I was literally exercising. You idiot. I get, like, not everyone's has access to all the information, but it's just a part of the body that breaks. So how could it only break in one way? It's such a,
who
like,
cares?
a silly way.
If I buy like a yogurt and the seal's broken, I'm not gonna be like, well, this could have happened a bunch of ways. I'm getting throwing that shit out. I'm not gonna give it the benefit of the doubt.
Ilya is actually a Muslim cleric. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, he actually works a lot in rural Pakistan.
I'm like the Jackie Robinson of Jews becoming Muslim clerics.
There was a guy in the aftermath of 9/11. He was raised secular Jewish in California. And because he was kind of like open-minded and like weird, he like converted to Islam. And his like secular Jewish parents were like, that's fine. I mean, whatever, we're open-minded. If this is how he worships God, that's fine. And then like a few years later, he was in Al-Qaeda.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
That's not John Walker Lynn, right?
No, John Walker Lynn's different. This one is Adam Perlin, I want to say.
Okay.
I think I'm getting the name right.
Okay.
Yeah.
A white girl from my high school converted to Islam and tried to join ISIS, and the recruiter who got her to join was like some deep state agent who arrested her and a bunch of other people.
That's hilarious.
I love that,
That's
dude.
great.
Do you think she was like, I want to be a trad wife, and these are the only traditional men left?
It's like, oh, you didn't know what I meant by trad. I'm super trad.
I can't imagine what happened, but when she converted, she was like brought her prayer mat to school. Everyone was like kind of like whatever. But then we heard she tried to join ISIS and was arrested in the news. It was like, you're fucking kidding me.
I'm just imagining someone's like telling you, oh, she converted to Islam, and then someone else is like, yeah, and she tried to join ISIS, and they're like, okay, come on, dude. Like, relax.
It's a come on.
Yeah, that's the inappropriate thing to say. And they're
No,
like,
she
"No, you can look
seriously
it up."
did try to.
One of the there was a bombing in 2005 in London. Some people call it the 7/7 bombing.
Yeah. Was that 2005?
2005, yeah.
Okay.
July 7th, 2005.
Yeah.
They call it 7/7. Of course, we call it 7/7.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, squeeze that joke in.
I think it's great.
It's a solid joke.
I've told it multiple times on stage to complete silence. And I was like, why not do it now in front of just Ilya, where it's even more difficult? But one of the guys, because it was a suicide bombing, they went on the train, they like pulled the straps of their vest or whatever. One of the guy's wives was, a white woman that was born in England, and she's still at large. She's like on the top of like the most wanted of every list, and she's just somewhere in an African country. I forget which one. And we just can't find her.
Oh, that's
No,
fine.
what a weird life to live,
Yeah.
you know? Odd.
Asada Shakur lived in Cuba for like she died earlier this year, right? And she was just like living in
I didn't
Cuba
hear that
for-
she died.
I believe she died. Double check that. But yeah, I think she died earlier this year, I believe.
Huh.
And she'd just been living in Cuba for all these years because she killed a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, again, talking about things that sound made up, if I told you Tupac's aunt killed a New Jersey state trooper and and fled to Cuba, you'd be like, why do you have to make these things up? I'm like, no, it's a real thing.
Did you know that MLK's mom was also shot
Yes.
and by a black Israelite?
Yeah. She like, if correct me if I'm wrong, the whole thing was basically like, well, I guess you can't call a woman an Uncle Tom, but that the perspective of the shooter was like, you're an assimilationist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's good to have values, though. I will say that.
It's interesting how many people get killed by the more extreme people of their side.
Oh yeah, that's who they hate most.
Mm-hmm.
Orthodox Jews hate me
Yeah.
because like I've betrayed them or something.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, that's who killed Gandhi. That's who killed Michael Collins. That's who killed Malcolm X. That's who killed.
Wait, who's Michael Collins? I only know the guy who went on the moon.
Yeah.
Who's the other Michael Collins?
So it's funny. The Michael Collins in the U.S. is the most famous one. In the U.K. and Ireland.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Michael Collins is so he was basically a revolutionary. He fought in like the War of Independence in like the 19 teens, which is why the Republic of Ireland is now separate from the UK.
Yeah.
Right. And basically in the negotiations of the end of that war, which Ireland won,
Yeah.
Michael Collins and everyone decided we're going to be a dominion of the crown.
Okay.
And a dominion was something that Australia used to be, that Canada used to be. It's some weird in between of like, you're not part of our empire, but you're still part of your control.
Is it different from Commonwealth?
I don't really know. Dominion. Yeah. I know that it was called Dominion. I don't know how it's different from Commonwealth or anything. But basically, Michael Collins and the more moderate people were like, it's a roadmap to independence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the more extreme people were like, no, we want full independence. And then, and this happens all the time, immediate civil war between those two factions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the more radicals killed Michael Collins.
Yeah.
Same thing. I don't know as much about Gandhi, but Gandhi was killed by a Hindu nationalist, I think.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Malcolm X was killed by black Israelites as he was trying to leave, or not, Nation of Islam, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Malcolm X was in the Nation of Islam and he wanted to leave. And those guys are like, they did sometime, but it was like 3 of them and no one it was like they all got convicted of lesser things because no one could prove
who's actually
pulled the trigger. And they're all out now and just like living in Harlem.
That's fun.
Yeah.
On Malcolm X.
If you're in Harlem and there's a black man with gray hair, he might have killed Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And you should go up and ask him.
Yeah. Ask every one of them.
Yeah. Who those two? Was it Nasser and Rabin? I only remember their last. The Israeli.
Yitzhak Rabin and what's Nasser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the leader of Israel and the leader of Egypt
Yeah.
were like, we're going to be friends. I think they shook hands, and people were like, that's the first time an Arab leader is shaking the hands of an Israeli leader. My dad.
But then they cut out the part where he went like,
yeah.
that took some of the luster off that moment.
So, and they both got killed by their respective
extremists.
Their extremists. My dad worked at a grocery store when that happened. Like when he remembers, it was the front cover of newspapers. These 2 guys shaking hands. This Egyptian politician, this Israeli politician, and he knew these 2 brothers, and he didn't know what country they were specifically, but he knew that they were from a Muslim majority country and that they were both Muslim. And one of the brothers spoke English better than the other one, right? So my dad had like a acquaintance relationship with the brother that could speak English better. Mm-hmm. He remembers that because they're all like talking about it. The other brother that can't speak English so well, he looks at my dad and he points at the picture of Nasser, and he goes, "We kill him." And my dad, of course, he's young. He doesn't know about any of the, and he's not going to argue with this guy anyway.
Yeah.
And then
why did your dad have a framed picture of the guy? That's an odd one.
And then I don't know what it was, weeks or months later, the guy was actually killed by Islamic militants. So kind of, he was like, my dad's thinking, he's like, yeah, that guy was right.
That'd be like me getting killed by an extremely funny comedian.
Yeah.
Like unbelievably hilarious.
I do think there's an opportunity for us to, like, if we ever get something and then there's any amount of heat on us, comedians would turn. I remember Shane Gillis?
Who?
Yeah. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
But like now it's like, whatever. He's just a comedian that is around. But at the time that was like a cultural phenomenon, and not all comedians were on his side.
Yeah.
Which I was, and in hindsight, I was being naive, but I was very surprised. I was like, how are we all not on his side?
I put all my chips behind Seth Simons, and I think I chose the wrong in the culture war.
Mm-hmm.
I should have backed up Shane.
Yeah, the Seth Simons thing was funny too, because they're like, he's a sex pest. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like something you say about a guy that didn't commit a crime, but you're like, I want you to know he has been rejected.
Yeah.
And
he didn't take it well, or he's made advances that towards people who just didn't really want to.
Sure.
Like, okay.
Which is called trying to get laid.
Yeah.
Unless they're your employee or
that's
your
what you
relative.
That's what you scream out loud every time a woman rejects you. It's like, it's called trying to get laid. Jesus, lady. Excuse a man for trying to get laid.
Yeah.
Excuse me, let me drink 6 more shots.
I would, I would like to see. You remember that episode of I Love Lucy, where like Ricky and Lucy,
shit out of her? Yeah.
where Ricky and Lucy, they like change roles, right? Because they have this argument like, oh, your life's so easy. So, Lucy works at a factory, and Ricky tries to be a homemaker, and it's very 1950s. They come at the conclusion, they're like, listen, our jobs are equally important, but of course, men can only do men things and women can only do women things.
Yeah.
I would like to see like a 1 day or maybe 1 week gender swap thing where women have to be the pursuers of dates.
Yeah.
I think
isn't that what like Sadie Hawkins dance is? Like the women choose pick the guy or something across the dance floor. Like
who's Sadie Hawkins?
It's like a thing, like it's like an old timey, like kind of like a thing that people do, like like a party. It's like a Sadie Hawkins dance. It's like a coming of age kind of thing. I don't know.
Oh,
something like that. Yeah.
I went to Catholic school, so I have sort of blocks about some of this stuff, but
I mean, it's something I've seen in I've never seen one, but it's in like TV shows and movies. Like I don't know if they do that anymore. It was like a thing, like an antiquated thing from like the early 20th century. But yeah, like, I think that was kind of the concept behind that.
I wonder how those go.
Isn't also that what is it? Bumble? Is that the one where like women have to choose?
So you've never used Bumble, right? Because you've been in a relationship for so long. I use Bumble. So it used to be that women had to message first.
Oh.
And here's how 90% of women that messaged me first. Hello.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Well,
you just jerk off me.
Hello.
You had me at hug.
Yeah. But it's funny because that's a thing women complain about, is that, sure, men are more likely to message first, but it's always a low effort. Hello, hi, whatever. 90% of the time, and they're only starting the conversation because they have to, otherwise the match will expire. That's how Bumble works.
Yeah.
So they would say hello, and then I would start the conversation. So the only thing that's different is that she starts the interaction. And you this is kind of interesting. I always knew it was a trans woman.
Oh yeah.
If they said hello pet name.
Oh.
Yeah. Hello, dear. Hello, honey. Hello, sweetheart.
Oh, it's a very kind of draggy, like gay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, it usually was and some of these I don't know for certain. A foreign-born trans woman.
Okay.
So it's the combination of their being more flirtatious than a cis woman would be.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why a trans woman I think would be more flirtatious than a cis woman would be is twofold. One, they kind of get it, right?
Oh, what? Why do
They've
they
been
get
a man.
Yeah.
They've been. I mean,
Yeah.
even if they're attracted to men, they've probably tried to pursue women at some point. So they kind of get it. I think also they have male sex drive.
Yeah.
So I mean, some of them are very forward, right? I had this conversation with someone I went on a date with years ago. She was a cis woman, and she was like, people have asked me if I'm trans. Is there something? Do I have something that looks like an Adam's apple? I'm not very tall. I don't have broad shoulders. I'm like, you're very forward. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, so most men either think you're, men think you're tricking them, and it could be like trying to rob them, or you have a penis.
There's gotta be. You can't just be an assertive woman and have people think you're trans. She's got to have some physical attributes that.
No, because I would have the same thought. And a lot of the times it would be kind of a feminine looking either Latina or Asian woman.
Okay.
And they'd be like, hello, dear, or hello, honey, or sweetheart. Yeah. And I would be like, oh, well, this is a language barrier, or maybe like a cultural difference too.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I should be more flirtatious and like butter them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. And then I would look a little closer and be like, oh, this is a trans woman, which is not for me. But I thought that was kind of interesting. Like almost like clockwork, I could tell.
Yeah.
This sounds odd to you. And listen, I'm an odd person. What I'm saying isn't odd. You've been out of the game for too long. Yeah.
What game have I been out of?
Like dating.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't even you kind of found your wife right away.
That's true. I've never dated trans women.
No, I haven't either. But
okay,
I swear to God. You know what's funny now is talking about this pendulum again.
Yeah.
That's
how we used to cut their dicks on. Line up, ladies.
If I describe this story, even like I want to say a decade ago, people would be like, "This guy sleeps with trans women," and I have to be like defensive about that. Now I have to be like, I would know they're trans, which I don't hate them for, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is, sometimes you'll see that on the internet. People will be like, it's transphobic to not want to be with a trans person. I'm like, it simply isn't. Just like it's not racist to not want to be with someone of a certain race, you know?
It depends though. If they're like an objectively hot person and you don't, like, then there's something wrong with you.
I don't know. Maybe at supermodel level, but even then I don't know, because it is like, they are like phenotypes, you know what I mean?
But like
the hair's different, you know? Our black people's hair aren't different. I'm sorry. I thought that they were.
I don't see hair or skin. I don't see hair. That's my new like super woke thing.
You know what's funny though? If you are specifically attracted or specifically unattracted to a certain race, you should keep that to yourself.
Yeah, you don't need to bring it up all the time, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although, unless if you're a woman, dude, the few times a woman has like texted me either on a dating app or on like Instagram or whatever, and they've mentioned like, "Oh, I like your red hair." I've never felt I'm being fetishized. I was like, "Great, well, I have it in."
It's like, you want to see all my other red bits?
Yeah, exactly, dude. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm glad I'm out of the game now because it is a lot of work, and as you get older, like I have a lot of empathy for people that like, whether they don't find somebody or they get divorced and they're like 50.
Yeah.
You don't even like understand. Like I would have like certain things to like game the algorithm that I won't know how to do when I'm 50. You know what I mean? I just won't have an understanding.
Well, it's also scary because there's such a technological leap. Mm-hmm. Like the gap is so much greater. Like just by 10, 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So like whatever it is going to be in like the future, it's going to be like.
I think the one piece of advice for older people looking for love on the internet, and you know, technology changes so quickly. The one constant that will always be there is meet with them in person in a public place as soon as possible.
Okay.
Because like it's really the only way you cannot get catfished.
Is there a way we can like do some sort of dating service where we hook up like old people in hospice and try to like just help them find a loved one?
Old people in hospice.
Something like that, right? That could be a fun bit, right?
Hospice might be a little too far down the line.
Whatever. Something, okay, like real, you know, a real
last stick ever
down
service.
Under luck kind of like retirement community. Like, can we get them to like just be guests or something? I don't know. I'm trying to think of how we can exploit the elderly. for
Exploiting the
years.
elderly is always something you should be thinking about. I think in nursing homes, there's like, isn't there like a high level of STIs in nursing homes because they just fuck all the time?
Yeah.
The problem is their genitals stop working. You know?
They still do hand stuff probably.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, can we get like an old dying person to be a guest on the show?
Can we get an
Or do
old
like a countdown?
It would
What if we befriend an old person to trick them into giving us their estate as a podcast?
As a podcast?
As a podcast.
You want to commit a series of crimes?
It's not a crime.
Okay.
It's not a crime. I'm not saying we forge documents. I'm saying we befriend them because their families abandoned them at the end of their life. And they're like, you know what? I'm going to change my will because my grandsons never come to visit, but you guys are always there for me.
Uh-huh.
And we befriend someone. And,
Yeah.
they become our benefactor. I think there's something that... Like, it's either this or the JOI videos, but I don't know. I have a kid now. I have to find a way.
You have
to
a kid
monetize
now?
this. Yeah, I found one, but we got to find a way to make this like financially lucrative for me.
Do you feel now that you're a new dad and this is the first time we're recording since you've had your baby? Do you feel like there's more financial pressure now than there used to be?
No,
Yeah.
thankfully because the insurance covered all the stuff that would have been cost. So thankfully,
I just mean like you're now, because the way I think of it.
no, I'm in no way motivated to work harder as a person. I was hoping I would be. I am not. It's a real problem.
I was talking about this with a friend about the comedy festival in Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people are like, you know, surprised, even disturbed that so many comedians went. Particularly about Bill Burr, because Bill Burr, I mean, there's this old clip of him.
Beyonce thing, right?
Yeah. And I think the difference is having children.
Yeah.
And here's what I'll say. There is an amount of money you could give me. And I don't know how much money that is because I don't understand finances. But there is a number. Say $1 billion. You give me $1 billion, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, I don't have any gambling vices. I'm not going to invest in a risky way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got $1 billion. All my problems aren't gone, but all my money problems are gone. Right. But you can't, or maybe you can't feel that once you have a kid, because you're like, well, do I have enough money to take care of him? And can I make enough money to take care of a grandkid? You know what I mean?
I don't think I would get to that point. But I'm worried that, like, I think I mentioned this before, I'm worried that I have too much integrity and I would say no to money when I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm worried that my moral fiber is too strong.
Yeah.
And like, I would prefer if I was like, oh, I would take the money and not feel anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'd feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And I probably wouldn't out of principle.
I mean, given the fact that neither one of us have decided between Free Palestine and MAGA, we're not the most monetizable.
We got to
people
choose
ever.
a grift, man.
Yeah.
How do we become flagrant? How do we become them?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you could do the fucking wigger stuff.
Shit.
You can do that, and I'll just laugh at your jokes. I don't know what I do, but like, there's got to be a way we can monetize.
Can I tell you my favorite interaction that I heard between two comedians, and it's about is it flagrant? Who's the flagrant guy?
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, Andrew Schultz. So, and I'm like ignorant about a lot of comedy stuff, right? But I was outside a comedy club and I heard two Gen Z comics talk.
Yeah.
And it's a guy and a girl. They're both comedians. And the guy mentions Andrew Schultz in passing. And the woman goes, ugh, something like that. Rolls her eyes, something. And he goes, oh, so you don't think he's funny? And she went, he obviously has hair plugs. And people think I'm exaggerating where I'm like, look at Matt Rife, you need to have a square jaw to be famous now.
Yeah.
That did not dissuade me of that opinion. This is a person, and listen, I'm judging her based on both her gender and her age.
Yeah.
But she was asked point blankly, do you find this person funny? And she went, he has hair plugs.
Yeah.
I got to get hair plugs, dude.
You think?
Yeah. Break both my shins so I could be 3 inches taller.
Yeah.
I might do that.
You think?
I read an article about a guy that did that, and he died from I forget how he died. It was like this weird way that some people maybe shock, like he didn't necessarily take care of himself after surgery, and he died even though the surgery was successful.
But you have to like probably train. You have to like build up your strength or like around it. Yeah,
something like that. It's real sad.
Yeah, is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's funny when short people die. So,
hooray! They do commit suicide in higher numbers.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, lower number.
Yeah,
That's because they're short and all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
What if can we find a little person to be someone? I'm just thinking.
Little person, you can't, because that's an actual. You can't do. You can find a guy that's 5'3", you can make fun of him as much as you want. A little person, they're like, that is a disabled person. So
what about that dude that Chelsea Handler had? Chewy, the little Mexican thing or whatever. Thing was probably a bad choice of words. But the little Mexican fella that she used to have.
Yeah. Actually, I'm saying yeah because I want you to like me, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
You want me to like?
Yeah.
And you refuse to put on shoes.
Well, I want everybody to like
No,
me.
but we gotta. I'm just like we gotta spruce up the show. And if you won't let me talk to dying old people,
right,
or let me incorporate a black conservative or a little person, I don't know. I'm giving
conservative little person on hospice.
I'm coming up with all these solutions, and you're not receptive to any of them.
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
No, I mean I'm open to all of them, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah. A black conservative little person who is dying. Who wouldn't listen to that?
Yeah. Especially if that's the name of the show. Or if we only call him that. We refuse to acknowledge the name.
Yeah.
We just describe him by all his ailments.
Which is particularly disrespectful because it would be even easier to say his name.
It would be.
Yeah.
But instead we take 10 words to describe him every time we acknowledge him.
Do you think it would be weird because every time we would say a joke, he would just look at us and go, "What are you talking about, Willis?"
I'd love it if he said that. Do you think he would say that? It's
It's
like, what are you talking about, Willis? It's like, what we're talking about.
Speaking of Howard Stern,
yeah.
I mentioned him earlier in this episode, I think. He was interviewing. Did you watch Different Strokes at all, by the way?
No, I'm familiar with it. But
so, there's 2 adopted black boys, but there's the guy has like an older daughter.
Oh, does he? Okay.
And she, classic child star, like spiraled pretty heavily. And she was on the Howard Stern show, and they were really fucking like trolling her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Howard was trolling her a little bit, and then like a caller came in and was really nasty to her. And he was like trying to be like, "Oh, no, that's bad," but wouldn't hang up on her.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm like, oh, I can't imagine. She's just some lady. Why are we taking like this Schadenfreude? It's like weird. She overdosed the next day and died.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard about it. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And now Howard Stern is like, I vote Democrat. Everyone should like me.
Okay. So what you're saying is how we can find someone on the edge, teetering on the edge of addiction who could overdose.
We probably could do that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to play some part in a person's choice to kill themselves. Like, I wouldn't want to be like the primary.
No, not the primary.
The catalyst, but like, if I'm a consideration, that's kind of flattering.
If you're a consideration, if you make the notes.
If part of your decision to kill yourself, like I'm a blink of your mind of how you're thinking about it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I kind of made it.
Yeah. How do you think you could bully someone into suicide? Don't say do a podcast with them.
I wasn't gonna say that, but I also don't want to bully some. I'm not saying I don't want to bully anyone to kill themselves. I'm just saying if there's someone who's about to kill themselves or who's mostly suicidal, and then like we're just that extra little nudge.
The extra little nudge. So for example, let's say you're walking one way on a bridge.
Yeah.
And someone else is walking on the other way of the bridge. And they see you and they're like, "Oh my God, another JOO," and they jump off the bridge. You're like,
well, am I supposed to feel sorry for this anti-Semite, this illiterate anti-Semite? Fuck them. I'm glad they're drowning.
So, okay, let's remove that variable.
Yeah.
What if, same scenario, you guys are walking past each other on the bridge and he sees you and he starts rubbing his penis and goes, "Oh, marron," and then jumps off the bridge.
And in what way am I incorporated?
He saw you.
I like the idea of an Italian, of a Guido doing that, but he's also not suicide. He's not upset, but he just throws himself off the bridge. Like, there's no clear motive whatsoever. I do like that as a thought experiment.
Yeah. So, would you be happy if that happened?
I mean, I think I would be because I feel like he wanted to do it. So I'm happy for him. It seems like he accomplished what he was trying to do.
I can't imagine a scenario in which I would be pleased.
Oh, Maroon, my life's not worth living.
Yeah.
I think it's very fun. It's hard to imagine like a really depressed sounding Italian guy like that. I feel like they're too much like a little too arrogant, a little too full of themselves.
You know what's an example of, because they say anger is depression turned outward.
Okay.
Right? Or
I don't care
depression
about
is anger turned inward.
I don't like these slogans that you spit out at me.
Well,
I get it, you're in recovery or whatever, but like I don't care. If you relapse, it'd mean nothing to me.
I would be late to studio.
Would you?
Yeah. Which is something only all of our guests do, but I would start doing it.
But at least you'd have a fun reason.
Isn't it funny how often, like, how much I try to get people to come on time and they just simply can't?
Yeah, people are unreliable.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Do you think that's why we haven't had a black guest on? Because you don't even want to give them the chance.
They have all been late. But but listen, a lot of comics have been late.
Yeah.
So,
but if you had to break it down by ethnicity,
I will say white men are the most likely to share the video.
That's not the question I asked at all, but okay.
But when you tag someone in the story,
yeah,
and they don't share the story, but it's marked as read, it seems kind of odd, right? And only someone who is one of two categories, if not both, black or a woman, has done that.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, where were we? I feel like we're on a good track. Something about Italians being too arrogant to kill themselves.
Maron. So I can't imagine a scenario in which I would be upset
if an Italian killed themselves.
If an Italian killed themselves. Yeah.
Like,
have you heard about that case? I forget her name, but she was an American woman that like lived in Italy, and she was accused of
Amanda
crime.
Knox.
Amanda Knox. Yeah. Now, I think Amanda Knox didn't do it. Are you surprised?
No. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, again, I don't remember the particulars of that, but yeah, I think there's a lot of good reason not to believe that she was guilty and all.
What feels like happened is like they were like, it's definitely her.
It's interesting that you think the white woman's innocent, but the brown man was guilty.
You love race,
weird.
dude.
No, it's a weird coincidence. Like you just happen to think that the brown guy is definitely guilty of murder.
Yeah.
And this white sweet angel that you called her, is pure as snow.
Yep.
And she couldn't have possibly done it. It's interesting.
Actually, I will say Adnan also didn't have a criminal record. Yeah. But he was described as possessive by his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend in her diary.
Oh, really? Because he stole the diary. That's fun.
Yeah. But yeah, Amanda Knox, there was this weird thing of like they were like, it's you. And then they found the guy who actually did it, who you're going to hate this fact, but he was not white. Oh, no. Which I don't care about, but you love race, so I figured I should mention it to you.
Oh yeah, it was like an African guy, right?
Yeah. Who like rapes people all the time, and they were like,
"It's my favorite thing to do." I gave him an Italian accent because he could be who knows how many generations.
But it was just so. It almost felt like the prosecution for the Amanda Knox case was like embarrassed that they temporarily had the wrong person. As far as I know, you don't get in trouble for arresting someone and then, we actually have the real person.
Do you think they were like, in retrospect, it was obviously the black guy. What were we doing?
Yeah.
How could we have thought otherwise?
Yeah.
No, you have absolutely just, they have like qualified immunity, prosecutorial discretion, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's just, but I think like in a lot of these, people just get like, you forget that every person, or I shouldn't say every person, there are very egotistical people, and they're in every profession. Yeah. So you hear that about prosecutors sometimes, where they're like I think it's called a Brady violation.
Yeah, it's a withholding evidence.
Yeah, which you're not supposed to do, and it's like, why would you do that? And they're like, I wanted to win. It's like, Jesus.
Well, because they're more incentivized to win,
right?
Like that's part of the fucked up part of the system. That's a weird thing to return that at the very end of all this. Return to that subject again. But yes,
I like true crime.
Yeah,
it's interesting though, because in most of these, even when you're trying to be like, oh well, guilty beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
Beyond a reasonable doubt isn't zero doubt. Unless there's like video, there's never zero doubt. So whenever I kind of like fall into these rabbit holes of like, who did this, who could have done it, at the end of the day, only like the perpetrator and the victim usually only know for certain.
I'm a fairly credulous person, which is why I'm sort of more willing to give the benefit of the doubt that the person might be like, I'll entertain that they might be innocent of it, just because I feel like it's easier for me to think that way, because there isn't a definition of beyond reasonable doubt. And every judge, like some judges will give like their own instruction about what that means. Sometimes they try to come up with like a number system, like something to make it more concrete. But at the end of the day, it's just a fairly open-ended system.
Yeah, because beyond a reasonable doubt for me, because you hear this a lot from the prosecution side. In order to believe the defense's argument, you would have to believe that this coincidence happened and this coincidence.
Yeah.
And I pretty sure mathematically, like the more coincidences you have to assume, the more unlikely it is to be.
Yeah.
But it's not as if coincidences never happen, you know? So that's like I always come back to the Epstein thing because I think Epstein killed himself, which annoys a lot of people. But they're like, oh, so it just so happened that these two guards weren't doing their job and the camera didn't work? I'm like, yeah, have you ever worked a place before?
Yeah. Have you worked in a government building before?
Yeah.
I'm kind of Occam's razor like that too. It's like probably just the simple, boring explanation is probably what happened.
And you look into the other things that aren't talked about usually, which is Epstein tried to kill himself a few days before.
I don't know. But
there would have been like, he wasn't secluded. Like there were people around.
Yeah.
No one heard. And yeah, like you said, Occam's razor, it's like the opposite of that. Whenever you assume a conspiracy, you're like,
you have to,
well, this many people would be
involved. You have to assume so many
involved.
more grand things. You have to make more extreme, exceptional claims.
Yeah. I also don't care about the Epstein list at all.
No.
I mean, I'm willing to go as far as saying if you either indict someone for sex trafficking or child abuse or you don't. And if you don't, that's it. You can't be like, by the way, here's the people we thought we might have had indicted for this very terrible thing. Vigilantes, do your stuff. Like that's terrible.
Yeah, I agree it's a bad system, but it's like the reason Cosby got released is like for constitutional reasons. It was a good thing that he got released. But just as a pure matter of fact, it's like, well, he is a rapist and it's not great that he's out, but that's because the state fucked up. And they should have.
Well, that's the thing is like sometimes a perpetrator's rights will be violated.
Yeah.
Like warrantless search. They didn't give him a Miranda warning. And it's frustrating because they did do it.
Yeah.
But all the evidence that comes from that rights violation is fruit from the poison tree.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing is I think most people saw the Cosby thing and they were like, rape culture 101.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, if he was staying in prison, then that means that the fucked up way they got him into prison can now be done to other people, some of whom will be innocent.
Yeah, that's always the extra leap that people aren't willing to take. And it's hard to say. It's like, no, this is a very good thing for us and for the Constitution and for our rights. But it feels shitty because of like that's what it's like in Westboro Baptist Church. Like, yeah, it feels shitty, but that's what having rights is.
Yeah, it's almost like that expression, I'd rather let 1,000 guilty men go free than one
innocent man. Yeah.
Everyone is behind that until you watch a guilty man go free.
Yeah, exactly. And then people are like livid.
Yeah.
So what do you think about getting old people to like be on our show and just hang out with them until they die?
I think the oldest person I regularly talk to is my dad, and he's 67, and that's not old enough.
6'7"?
Yeah, he's 6'7".
Did I do that right? You fucking God, I hate this.
Yeah, so I don't know. Do you regularly talk to someone older than that?
My dad's older than that, I think.
Okay.
67. Yeah, I think my dad's older. I think my dad's in the 70s.
Okay.
I should probably know that for certain, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't you know how old he was when he was born?
What?
Don't you know how old he was when you were born?
Yeah, he was 33.
My dad was 33.
When you...
Yeah.
They're both the same age Jesus was.
Yeah.
When he...
Old dads. Back then, that was being an old dad. Now it's like borderline young dad.
Yeah, now if you're 39, that's an old dad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sort of interesting. Yeah, my dad had me when he was 33 in 1990, and he was like the old dad in the neighborhood.
Okay.
People would make jokes like, "Oh, you're like the oldest dad."
That's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be weird when I have to like meet up with other dads and all these like, well, like much younger than me. It's like, yeah, it's weird.
Louis has a bit about that where he's like, when you're a kid, you have to hang out with other kids' parents.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I do not the best with that where I have to meet somebody, and I could tell within a few. This is gonna make me sound like a douchebag, and to be fair, I am. But you ever meet someone, you're like, oh, this person is light years boring.
Oh yeah.
Like they're incredibly boring. Did I shart?
How long has that been bothering you? That you?
The way I enunciated light years made my butt move. I might have sharted.
Are you not certain?
Yeah. You ever have a fart that you're like, okay, this is a wet fart? I'm going to check. Okay.
Is it?
I got
swear to God,
so worried.
there was a brown stain there. I was like, oh shit. Thank God, it's just someone's hair.
It's someone's hair, which is ordinarily gross, but
Someone's losing.
yeah.
In this case, I've never been more relieved to find loose French hair on a couch.
I really did think I should. Have you ever shit yourself?
Yeah. I think everyone has, right?
Yeah, I shit myself. The last memory I have of me shitting myself was I forget if it was either kindergarten or first grade. And it's not sharding. I shit myself. Like I like coated my undies in diarrhea. Like it wasn't seeping through like my pant leg.
Yeah.
But basically wherever my underwear was, so was diarrhea. It's actually from a Robert Frost poem.
I love it. Wherever my underwear was, so was there my diarrhea.
My undies were lovely, dark, and deep, but I have miles to walk before I sleep.
That has made all the diarrhea.
So I remember because I was sitting in class, kindergarten or first grade, grade 1 for our international listeners, and it happened all of a sudden. I didn't feel sick or anything.
No.
What it probably was is I had to go to the bathroom, but you wait because you need to raise your hand and ask. So that happens. And I remember I looked around and
it's like, oh shit, my pants.
Yeah.
Which one of you guys shit my pants? Okay. You're all going to pretend you did.
It was almost like I discovered theory of mind because I was like, I know I shit my pants and no one else does.
Yeah.
It was weird. I guess I didn't smell it first. And then because I'm a little kid, I'm just walking around with shit in my pants all day. Like I didn't tell anyone. Okay. And I went home.
You got to the end of the day? How early in the day had you shit yourself?
Like before, I remember it was before lunch because I remember eating lunch with shit in my pants.
It's like, hey guys, what are you guys think of the food today?
I remember being like, what if I have to shit again? Because I remember I did pee at like a urinal. that kept everything in place. But I was like, what if I have to, like, if I move it? Because it was like perfectly.
Yeah.
Because I coated my undies, but it wasn't like. So I take the bus home. I'm sure I'm leaving little shit stains everywhere.
You just follow trail back to your house.
But it's not leaking through my pant leg.
Okay.
And no one said anything. I don't know.
That's a great advertisement for whatever pants though.
Yeah. Dungaroos maybe. Okay. I go home. No one said anything to me. No one was like, you smell. I think it's because little boys smell generally. Yeah. Right. I go home and I would have this routine. Like I would take off my shirt and I would put it in front of the washing machine.
Okay.
And then, my mom would do laundry eventually, I guess. This time I took off my shirt, my jeans, and my underwear. Again, little kid logic, I guess. Yeah. And I left it in front of the washing machine, put on like new clothes and played Mario 64. And then soon there, my mom must have found these. Dude, I feel so bad for my mom. This and finding cum pillow must have been very bad moments in a mother's life, right? But she walks up to me, she goes, honey, and I pause the video game. She goes, did something happen at school today? And I said, no. And she's like, oh, okay. And that was the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I left like full shit. You would at least think at that point, I'd be like, okay, I'm in my house. Mom, I shit my pants.
I say as a guy who's been wiping baby shit for the last week and a half, it's not that big of a deal.
Been wiping baby shit for the last week?
Yeah.
Why?
I just got into it. My therapist said I need help.
Nice.
Actually, they don't shit. It's like meconium first. It's like a black sludgy thing that comes out first, and then they start having like green and yellow and like can be seedy. It doesn't really smell like anything, but just like different textures coming out as their bodies adjusting to being alive, basically.
It's a good thing you didn't have a kid, because the most irresponsible thing a new father could do is podcast for 2 hours
Instead of being with his kid.
instead of being with his kid. I mean, I don't even know if I
Look,
could
wherever that kid is right now, he's fine.
Yeah, you think
I'm doing like my parenting strategy is like a boy named Sue kind of thing. I'm gonna make things rough for him so he can develop good character.
Mm-hmm. That's great, man. A boy named Sue.
That's why I named him the F slur. I want to get this guy a leg up in life.
The funniest part of that, or an interesting part of that song, A Boy Named Sue, is that he goes, I don't blame him for getting up and leaving. It's like you should.
That's the thing. It's like I'm not mad about that. I'm mad about the name he gave.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think you know what you're mad about.
Mm-hmm.
He was not a good dad.
I remember I used, because we went on a class trip to Yellowstone National Park, and there was this lady that would drive us around in her van, and she had a cassette tape. This is how old I am, folks. And she would listen to a couple of songs over and over again.
Yeah.
Like,
you had a class trip to Yellowstone?
yeah, isn't that cool?
How old? What grade?
I remember it was my first post 9/11 flight. So it must have been the summer of 2002 when I was 12.
Kind of nice school has a fucking.
Well, it
Yellowstone
actually,
trip.
I said a class trip for simplicity. It's a little more complicated than that. I'll get into it on the next episode, folks. And remember, we appreciate you listening.
Thank you.